Hi guys, and welcome to the Family Fudge. Today on What's for Dinner Wednesday, I'm going to be making deconstructed stuffed peppers. So stay tuned. Okay, before we get started, if you guys are new here, welcome. Now usually on this channel I share all things mommy and family related, but on Wednesdays I like to share a new recipe. I know as a busy mom, sometimes dinner time is a struggle and I tend to get in that recipe rut, if you know what I mean. So that's why I started What's for Dinner Wednesday, to make sure I was trying a new recipe or sharing a new recipe every week that would help me and maybe help you. So if you're into that sort of thing and you're not already subscribed, go ahead and hit that red subscribe button to come back for more videos just like this. Okay, deconstructed stuffed peppers has a lot of the traditional flavors you might expect, but I'm actually going to be chopping it all up, throwing it into a skillet, which is going to make it very quick and easy. So here's what you're going to need. I'm going to start by using about 1 pound of ground beef, but you could also use turkey. I'm going to be cooking my ground beef in about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. I'm going to be using 1 medium onion, about 3 cloves of garlic, and our bell peppers. I'm going to actually be using a yellow, a green, and a red. Then you need 2 cans of diced tomatoes, and these are just plain tomatoes. And then I have 1 cup of leftover brown rice, but you can use any rice you prefer. You're going to want at least 1 cup of beef broth, but I'm going to eyeball it, so I may use a little bit more. You're going to season this up with about 1 teaspoon of chili powder and half a teaspoon of cumin, or cumin, depending on how you pronounce it. You're going to want some salt and pepper to taste, and then about 2 cups of your favorite kind of cheese. You can use any cheese you prefer, but I like cheddar. And then this part is optional. You can definitely garnish with cilantro. Okay, now we can get started. Now this recipe is not very difficult, but there is kind of a lot of chopping going on. So I'm gonna use my handy dandy chopper. Now I found this on Amazon. This is not a sponsored post, by the way, but I love this little chopper. It comes with a wide sort of square cut and a fine square cut. So yes, I'll go ahead and link this down below if you're curious, but this makes it so quick and easy. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and add my olive oil to my pan and brown up my meat. Okay, time to get chopping. Now, if you don't have one of these, you can just go ahead and use a regular knife, but I actually have to kind of cut these up first so that they'll fit in this little square, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use my little garbage bowl right over here to collect all of the seeds and take those out of there. There you go. Doesn't that look beautiful and colorful? And you definitely don't have to have a chopper, but it makes them nice and even, and I just think it makes it look really professional. And now on to the onion. And there you go. Now I'm gonna go ahead and crush up 3 cloves of garlic. Okay, so now my meat is fully cooked, and I did go ahead and drain the excess oil out of there. Next, I'm gonna add our vegetables. All the peppers and the onions are gonna go in the pan. And I'm just gonna go ahead and cook this until they're soft. It's gonna take about 3 to 5 minutes. Okay, now that my veggies are pretty soft, I'm gonna go ahead and add my garlic. I'm gonna add both cans of tomatoes, juice and all. My cooked rice. About a teaspoon of chili powder. And then half a teaspoon of cumin. Now for the salt and pepper, you're gonna wanna do that to your taste, of course. But I'm gonna go ahead and start with half a teaspoon of salt. And then a quarter teaspoon of pepper. Okay, and I'm gonna stir that all together. Next comes the beef broth. Now I'm gonna go ahead and eyeball this, but I'm gonna start with about a cup. I'm not making a soup here or anything, but I do wanna add enough liquid so it's not dry. Another splash or two in there. Okay, so I probably used about 1.5 cups of broth total. So like I said, it's not soupy, but it's also not dry. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and bring this to a simmer and cook for about 10 minutes. You definitely wanna come back and stir it occasionally, just so it doesn't stick. And it's looking really good. I'm just gonna go ahead and give it a little taste, try not to burn myself, just to make sure I don't wanna add any more salt or pepper. It's very good. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and do a couple more shakes of salt. Or throw it across the room, whatever. And now for the cheesy part. I went ahead and turned this down to low. I'm gonna take my cheese and just spread it all over the top. Cheese makes everything better, in my opinion, that is. Now I have about 2 cups of cheddar cheese here, but you could use however much you prefer. Now at this point you have 2 options. You could go ahead and cover this until the cheese is melted, or if you have a pan that can go in the oven, you could put it in the oven and sort of brown the cheese. So that's what I'm gonna do, because I like my cheese to be brown and bubbly. So I'm gonna stick this under my broiler for just a couple of minutes, but I'm gonna keep my eye on it so it doesn't burn. Okay, here it is. It smells so good, especially that melted cheese. Yum. Okay, the last thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and chop up some cilantro. If you don't like that, you could try parsley, or just leave it off altogether. You totally don't need it. I just think it makes it look really nice and gives it a fresh flavor. I'm just gonna give that a rough chop. Sprinkle that all over the top. All right, just like that. I've let this cool down a bit, and now I can give it a try. Yum, it is full of fresh flavor. I love this dish, and I hope you will too. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up, and can you do me a favor? Let me know in the comments down below what kind of recipes you'd like to see on this channel. I'd love to hear your suggestions. Thanks for watching, friends, and I'll see you next time.